And that's not the worst of my issues. I'm having sound problems as well. So let me know if everything sounds good. The last test I did sounded good. Hopefully it sounds good for you guys on your end, listening, watching live on YouTube, live on Twitch on a Friday night. CM Punk would like to say live on a Friday night. What's going on, everybody? How are you guys doing? What's going on here? We had Smackdown tonight. I'm going to say it. It was all right. I wouldn't call it a great show. Wouldn't call it bad. I'd say it was just all right. Because the go home for Saturday night's main event, it really didn't do too much. I mean, too much to entice me to watch Saturday night's main event. I'm going to watch it. That's for sure. Because that's just what I do. But, like, if I was on the fence, this wouldn't have helped me jump forward into, I got to see this show. So, what you do got to go see, though, in theaters, is The Odyssey. I saw it last night. It's great. Fantastic. Don't believe all the fake rage on Twitter. Oh, it's dumb because Elliot Page plays Achilles. No, he doesn't. Because nobody plays Achilles in this movie. I'll just say that right here. That's not a spoiler. Achilles ain't even in the movie. So how can you have all these people go, look how Achilles dies in the movie by Elliot Page's character? How could a character die in a movie when the character's not even in the movie? Elliot Page does not play Achilles. I won't say anything else to not spoil it, but I'll just say I really like this movie. I saw it in just a regular theater. I was not feeling like driving 20 minutes to an IMAX, and we don't have a 70 millimeter IMAX anywhere around here. We got one in Dallas that's 4 hours away, and that's got no good showing for like 2 weeks. Like, everything's booked up. So I was like, you know what? I really just want to see it. I'll watch it in a regular theater. There was only one scene towards the end, I will say. There was only one scene towards the end that I go, man, I wish I had a taller aspect ratio. Because someone like eye up was getting cut off on certain characters, and there's a lot of quick movement. And so more screen, more aspect ratio would have helped a little. Like, it wasn't that I couldn't figure out what was going on or understand it, but it just would have been portrayed better for me seeing it in just a regular 16:9 theater. And so, like, when people ask me, what would you rate it? What would you rate it? I would probably say 8 or 8.5. If you have to put a gun to my head, I would say 8.5. If I would have saw it in the IMAX, maybe a 9. Maybe a 9. A PWU Unlimited lie. You say contract signing between CM Punk and Cody. All right, I'm not even going. You're just gone. You're done, you stupid son of a bitch. When did I say that? You can't say that I said that because I didn't say that because I didn't report anything this week, basically. You're just gone. You're just gone. Stupid son of a gun. No, we ain't playing those games. People come in here, you lied. You said this was going to happen. No, I didn't. I didn't say a single goddamn word or post a single goddamn thing about tonight's SmackDown. Except for after SmackDown about the Rhea Ripley stuff, which we'll get into here in a moment. So, yeah, you want to come into my live stream and say I lied about something that was going to happen that didn't happen? Well, I didn't say that. And these fuckers know that it's going to get to me because I hate having my integrity and my credibility challenged like that when they're going to say I lied about something that I didn't even fucking say. So goddamn annoying. Every stream, at least once a stream, if not more. You guys know. Got the fuckers coming in here, the losers that have nothing better to do with their lives than to come into my live stream to try and rile me up to say that I lied about something. How fucking lame is your life? That's something you feel like you needed to do. Kevin says, WWE too lazy to take the title off of Rhea Ripley. No, it's that she's dealing with a meniscus tear, and a meniscus tear is something that you don't know if she's going to be out for a long time. You don't know if she's going to be out for a little bit of time. She's been out for maybe a month now. Maybe they think, okay, she's not going to make it to SummerSlam. Let's do something at SummerSlam. They can build up to something big after SummerSlam. We'll do an interim champion. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. And so I think, meniscus tear is the good thing. How about I say this? The good thing is that Rhea's at Fanatics Fest. Because if the meniscus tear and the knee injury was too severe, it was even considered severe, she wouldn't have traveled to New York for Fanatics Fest. So that is a good sign that it's not super severe or even possibly severe, but it's bad enough to where they're like, she ain't gonna make SummerSlam. Let's do something cool at SummerSlam, which looks like it is changing other plans because there were plans for Charlotte versus Jade one-on-one. Now that's not gonna happen. What I think is gonna happen, and this is stupid booking. I'll save this because it ties into SmackDown and what happened on SmackDown with Jade and Charlotte and Nia, and what's going to happen next week with Jade and Charlotte and Nia, the exact fucking same thing. I'll tell you right now, it's going to be the exact fucking same thing. Jade's going to come out saying right now, Jade's going to come in and cause a DQ attacking Charlotte, and then Charlotte's going to make it into the goddamn ladder match because she got DQ'd by Jade. Just like Jade got DQ'd by, or Nia got DQ'd. Nia's going to get DQ'd twice for shit that she has nothing to do with. I think that's stupid, lazy booking. How you get both Charlotte and Rhea or Jade in this ladder match without having to beat Nia. So then Nia can go and bitch and moan to the GM. I didn't even get to have a match. I didn't get to this. And then what? Nia's is going to get added in? Was it going to end up 6 women? I don't know. But yeah, that's the lazy part of it. Not even doing. I guess it would have been worse if it would have gone, 8-minute match and then the DQ. I guess that's worse. It went 0-minute match and the DQ basically. It's still fucking lazy and very telling than what's going to happen next week. Oh, you could fight Charlotte next week in a qualifier, Nia. Why? So Jade can come in and attack Charlotte and they put Charlotte in the match? Dumb. It's dumb. What Charlotte should have done if she really doesn't like Jade is attack Nia. And Nia ends up winning, and Jade doesn't make it in. That's what you do. That's what you do. You just lightly bump Nia, clothesline her or something, and be like, oh, sorry, girl. But I screwed Jade. And then she can then go attack Jade. I don't know. But the whole Jade's in because Charlotte attacked her and calls a DQ is stupid as shit. We'll get into all that and more when we talk about tonight's SmackDown. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you're watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can really help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of 2 different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get 1 free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I greatly appreciate it if you did right here for Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember, you can help us out over on YouTube at the subscribe button. That way you know when we post new videos, when we go live, and when we post to the community tab. Also, remember that you can help us out by hitting the join button and becoming a channel member. As a channel member, you get access to our graphics packages, graphics tutorials, badge next to your name, emotes and emojis, and so much more. Also, you could be just like Red Sox Freak 92 and donate a super chat in the live chat to comment, question, or concern read live on the air. Finally, head over to the Epic Games Store. Button don't want to work. Head over to the Epic Games Store and buy something. They're buying a new game, they're buying an old game, they're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys. Use this code right here, PW Unlimited, at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. Maybe you want to get those crazy, I guess you could say sexualized skins in Fortnite of Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman. Like, what is this in a kid's game? But if you're going to buy those, whether that's on your PlayStation, your Switch, your phone, your tablet, your Xbox, your computer, your TV, let's play Fortnite, go to the store and use this code. Yes, go to the store and use this code at the very bottom. It's going to say, do you have a credit code? And you do. It is PWU Unlimited. That's PW Unlimited in the Fortnite shop. At the very bottom, it'll ask you, do you have a creator code on any platform you're playing the game? Doesn't just have to be on your computer through the Epic Games Store. Oh, now the button wants to work. Now the button wants to work. Anyways, with all of that, SmackDown was in Albany, New York, as many WWE personalities are in town this weekend because we got Fanatics Fest with a bunch of WWE superstars like Cody Rhodes, who can't kick field goal, like Logan Paul getting slapped by Tom Brady, and everybody else who needs to be there for Fanatics Fest, like Rhea Ripley, and Saturday night's main event tomorrow night. With that, we get a recap of last week's SmackDown. Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the title was made at SummerSlam. Put it on the charger. There we go. Then see Gunther brutally attacking Nick Aldis, who is not at the show tonight. Self-proclaimed ring general opens up the show and addresses his actions last week as Gunther gets in the ring. The crowd loudly boos the former world champion. Gunther said that his career prided himself. I wrote that weird. Gunther said that his career prided himself on being an outstanding professional. He felt that he's been mistreated since joining the SmackDown brand. He didn't know what was all going on with Nick Aldis, but the truth was Gunther should be the champion. Gunther should be getting a shot at the title after not winning before. Gunther then blamed Aldis for making this personal, forcing him to team up with Sami Zayn, a man he doesn't like, tomorrow night at Saturday night's main event against Cody Punk. Gunther said that Zayn was beneath him. The interim general manager, Adam Pearce, would interrupt. Here's the thing. He says, Sammy's beneath me. Sammy's beat you multiple times. The title's on the line. Sammy beat you straight up. WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. And Sammy beat you in a triple threat for the WWE Championship just a couple weeks ago. Pearce said that on the subject of Nick Aldis, Gunther should be thanking him for saving his job, as he was almost fired for that. Pearce pointed out that what Gunther did to Cody Rhodes and Mr. Aldis in the past few weeks is, well, not really fair to the rules of WWE, I guess you would say. If it was up to Pearce, would have fired Gunther. Somebody higher up than him has made a decision to keep Gunther. WWE then found we then found out that there are some stakes being added to the tag team match tomorrow night at Saturday night's main event. Well, match at SummerSlam with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes may not be a straight up singles match after all. If the team of Gunther and Sami Zayn are victorious tomorrow night on Saturday night's main event, they will be added to the match at SummerSlam, and it will become a fatal four-way match for the WWE Championship. This announcement brings out the former champion and challenger, Cody Rhodes. He walks down the ramp to a big pomp and circumstance and, well, ready to fight. He ran right into the ring, going after Gunther as he drove him out of the ring. Rhodes then shouted, "Enough!" as he talked about the stipulation and how the road to Saturday night's main event runs through Albany tonight. He then challenged Gunther to a match one-on-one, and Adam Pearce says, well, this match, it's official. We get a little preview before tomorrow. A video from Adam Pearce talked about how Rhea Ripley has been injured and unable to compete at SummerSlam. With Rhea Ripley unable to compete at SummerSlam, we will now be doing a ladder match, a 5-woman ladder match to crown not a new champion, but a interim WWE Women's Champion while Rhea Ripley is out injured. Tonight we will see 2 qualifying matches with Tiffany Stratton versus JC Jane and Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill. Now, I've seen a lot of discourse and stuff online about the whole interim champion thing. UFC does interim champions. And so, wait, says my mic is going in and out. Uh-oh, that's not good. Hold on. Let me pull up the stream. I've been having issues with my mixer today. Hold on. Right back into this. Let me just pull it up really fast. I can hear. Let's see. All right. So. All right. So. Test 1 2, test 1 2. We're just doing some tests here really fast, live on the air. Of course, sounds okay to me, but I haven't talked enough. Let's hear. Sounds fine to me. I don't know. Sounds okay to me. I'm gonna give it like another minute or so. Yeah. Maybe he was doing it earlier and now it's fixed itself. I don't know, Wayne. But thank you for letting me know so I at least was able to check it. Yeah, sounds fine to me. Yeah, it sounds fine to me. Anyways. So as far as, there's a lot of discourse on social media about the whole interim champion. UFC does interim champions, and other like boxing will do interim champions sometimes as well. And I think the interim thing for WWE is maybe they don't think Rhea's going to be out too long, but SummerSlam is all hands on deck. SummerSlam is, you want the main titles on the line per se. And so maybe they have a plan. Whoever wins this is going to go into a big feud with Rhea to unify the championships. I don't think we end up with a unified, undisputed WWE Women's Championship or anything. It's just whoever wins once Rhea's back and they do a double title match or whatever you want to call it. Then, yeah. But I think they're just doing this because it's a meniscus tear. And like I stated previously, because it's a meniscus tear, they don't know how long she's going to be out, but it could be sometimes short, could be sometimes long, and hopefully they're thinking it's on the short because Rhea's able to travel still. If Rhea wasn't able to travel, she's at Fanatics Fest this weekend. And if Rhea wasn't able to travel, then you'd be the concern of, oh yeah, we probably got a stripper. But because she can travel, and she was seen walking around for the most part without much of a limp, a slight-ish limp here and there from what I've heard, seen in different videos of her online from Fanatics Fest, doesn't seem all that, doesn't seem, word I'm looking for, like a horrible injury, I guess you would say. So, yeah, hopefully she's back sooner rather than later. Maybe she just misses SummerSlam and comes back at the next pay-per-view after that, whichever that is. Is there a September show, or are we just going straight October for Money in the Bank? Let's see. What is the September PLE, if there is one? I don't know if we got. I know we got a September 6th Sunday night's main event. But do we actually have a PLE? No, we don't have a PLE currently right now announced or scheduled for September. We have that Sunday night's main event, and that's about it. Vincent in the chat says SummerSlam is boring repeating matches. Like what? When have we seen Cody Punk? It's been a while since we've seen Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. So, yes, that's repeating from a decade ago that we've seen it multiple times, but we haven't seen it for a while. When was the last Seth Punk singles match? One-on-one. Tell me. What other matches are repeating matches? Like, what do we have so far for SummerSlam? What's the card so far for SummerSlam? It is, I know we have like 5 matches announced. Okay, let's see. Liv Morgan, Io Sky. Yeah, I hated that Liv was in the Queen of the Ring altogether because now we're just getting a rematch for that. Sure, rematch, whatever. Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar, Hell in a Cell. We haven't seen that before. Hell in a Cell makes it different. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Been a long time. Penta, Chad Gable. We haven't seen that match since Penta's debut in WWE. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. When have we seen that? Oh, we haven't. LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys versus the Bloodline. Haven't seen that before. Women's ladder match for the WWE Championship. Interim WWE Championship. Haven't seen that before. So it's like, yes, you're getting matches we've seen in the past. Other than like Liv and Io. Yes, we saw that at the last pay-per-view. Because for some reason they wanted to put Liv in the tournament, which was dumb to do. But other than that, everything else is new-ish and fresh. I mean, again, Oba and Brock and Hell in a Cell. We've seen them in 2 straight-up singles matches. Hell in a Cell makes it different. Roman and Seth. Again, we haven't seen Roman and Seth since like 2022. Yeah, John Elite says Royal Rumble 2022 was last Roman Seth singles match. Exactly. And that's like Chad Gable and Penta, January 6th, 2025. That was the last time we saw Chad Gable Penta. I think it was January 6th. Or did Penta show up on the second SmackDown on Netflix? Maybe in the second SmackDown. Regardless, Raw, not SmackDown. Regardless, it's been well over a year and a half since we've seen Chad Gable versus Penta. We've never seen it as a title match. We've never seen it babyface versus babyface. And then the 6-man, that's technically new. And the ladder match, that's new as well. So it's like, I don't know where you're coming from, Vincent. Oh, boring. Repeating matches. Really, there's only one match that's repeating that we've seen in the last year and a half. So. Moving forward with Finn Balor versus Tala Tonga. That was fine. Can't say it was anything special, but Finn got a good match out of Tala Tonga. Balor sized up the big man early on. Found himself kind of cornered, though. Balor avoided Tala. Tried to get on the offense before Balor chopped Tala, who withstood it. So Balor went at him, trying to chop down the legs of the big man. We're going back and forth for a little while. Clotheslines were thrown and whatnot. And where was I? Tala blocked some offense from Balor and threw him into the turnbuckle, which sent it to a commercial break. Back from the break, Tala dropped him with a running power slam, but only got a 2 count. Tala swung and missed on a running splash as Balor dodged it, which allowed the Balor Club leader to fight back with a big drop. At one point, my notes are all over the place here. Sorry. Balor recovered and drove his shoulder into Tala's ribs and knocked him down. Gave him a couple kicks. Balor looked for a coup de grace, but Tala, well, he got up and T-boned him. Balor then reversed that, though, into a DDT as Tama Tonga tried to run some interference. This then gave Tala the opportunity to hit Balor with a big boot. Coming down towards the finish of the match, Tala found himself trapped on the top rope as Balor shook the ropes to make the big man fall in some pain. Tama was then taken care of with a sling blade at ringside. Balor then put an end to everything with a double foot stomp coup de grace, and there we go. So Finn Balor does defeat Tala Tonga. They really need to push Finn as a top guy, top challenger. And once all this Cody, Punk, whatever stuff, I think Punk should retain the title at SummerSlam and Finn should be his next challenger. Whether that's at the Sunday night's main event, whether that's at Money in the Bank in October, I don't know. But I think you build up Finn, give him a couple more big wins, good wins, whatnot. And then he could challenge Punk for the title. I think Punk should win at SummerSlam. Maybe you go Gunther. Then you have, babyface is coming for the heel, but we don't need to see that. Say Punk, Finn. Kind of teased it last week. Moving forward, CM Punk chatted with Adam Pearce regarding tonight's Gunther Cody match, basically saying he doesn't want to see it happen. And met by Damian Priest, who called his shot for Punk's title. So that's another guy that wants to come after Punk. Punk then teased that maybe he and Rhodes might go after Priest and Truth of the tag titles. Who knows? We then got a clip from WWE Unreal where Cody Rhodes was shown visiting the WWE warehouse. John Elite says, is Edge Undertaker the last Hell in a Cell to take place at SummerSlam? I believe so. We also do have some super chats here from Red Sox Freak 92. First one says, Dean Ambrose may return to WWE. Any truth to that? 1000% fake news. There is absolutely no truth to any kind of anything that would say that Dean Ambrose is coming back. Hell to the no. Where'd you see that? Fake ass Facebook? There is so much fake news on Facebook. It is ridiculous if that's where you saw it. He also says, how was the Odyssey? Would you recommend it? Talked about that earlier. Yes, highly recommended. Even if you don't got an IMAX, just go see it in regular theaters. Again, like I said earlier, there was only one scene where I go, man, I wish I had more screen. Other than that, everything else was perfect. Moving forward, WWE Women's Championship ladder match spot on the line as Tiffany Stratton versus Jacy Jayne in the qualifier. Fatal Influence unleashed a 3-on-1 attack on Stratton before the match even started, which then led to Paige and Brie Bella running out and evening the odds and running off her or their challengers for tomorrow night in the tag titles. As the bell finally rang, Stratton went on the attack against Jane in the corner and chopped her chest. There's some back and forth before we go to a commercial break. When we return for the break, Stratton kicked out of a slam by Jane. Stratton's back was then clubbed multiple times repeatedly by Jacy Jayne. She avoided the running senton. There's a double down between the two women with a, I guess you would say, it's like a double crossbody, flying crossbody. Stratton and Jane then recovered, and the two exchanged more strikes. At one point, Stratton recovered or responded with the pair of clotheslines, spinning elbow, and a float over Alabama slam. Stratton then went to the top rope, but Jane intercepted her at the pass, which left Stratton to the mercy of an elevated swinging DDT. Got a near fall off of it. Jane then went for the rolling encore, but Stratton dodged it and connected with the springboard stunner. The springboard stunner then led to Stratton going up for the PLME, flipping around and hitting that moonsault 1, 2, 3. There we go. Tiffany Stratton, your current United States champion, the first woman to qualify for the interim WWE Women's Championship ladder match. Say that 5 times fast. Interim WWE Women's Championship ladder match. Interim Women's WWE Championship ladder match. Damn. That's a mouthful. Moving forward, we get remarks from Baron Corbin, who returned to WWE last week. He had some words for Trick Williams, as he stated that he was coming for it all. After Corbin's comments, you heard from Williams, who called Corbin a big, bald-headed bitch. That's his words, not mine. Big, bald-headed bitch. Williams' rant was intercepted by Carmelo Hayes. Williams was once again told by Hayes that he was better than him, and the two kind of talk trash. That's about it. Nothing super special. Filling more time here. We get a recap of Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi from Raw. They have another qualifying match for the ladder match. Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill. A super chat here from Elite Tish. He says, how hard was to make Jade versus Charlotte for the title match at SummerSlam and have an 8-woman tournament the week after Jordan Grace and Jacy? I'd rather have the ladder match. I'm going to say it right now. Why do Jade and Charlotte get the title match? Why? What's the justification of Jade and Charlotte in an interim title match or in a title match? Why? Why those two? I like the ladder match concept here because then you're showing women earning the shot. It's not just like, oh, Jade and Charlotte keep going after each other, so let's just put them in a title match for the fuck of it. No, it would make no sense. That would be some dumbass Tony Khan booking there. We don't want no dumbass Tony Khan booking in WWE. That in AEW. Go over there and have your random title match that means nothing. At least this is a ladder match. It's going to have 5 women in it, and they're all going to have to qualify. Granted, Jade qualified in a very dumb way, and Charlotte's probably going to qualify next week in a very dumb way. But at least we're getting qualifying matches. Women are earning the shots. He says, in all caps, their only feud going. What does that matter? So if Rhea wasn't hurt and on the show, would you still want their match to be a title match? No. So instead, you get them both in the ladder match for the title. How about that, guy? How about that? Their match. Why a singles match? Because they're feuding. Who started any feud in the next 3 weeks to get to SummerSlam for the title match? No, you do a ladder match, which is the better thing. The better thing. Tim, the interim champion, is AEW booking. True. But that's when Tony would go, oh, so-and-so's hurt. We're going to do an interim champion with these 2 random wrestlers. That's what you're wanting. These 2 random wrestlers. No rhyme, reason, or anything. At least we're getting a reason why the 5 women in this ladder match get the opportunity. Qualifying matches, my guy. Not just, I'll pick you, and I'll pick you. No. Like you said, We'll have Jade and Charlotte for the title, and then have an 8-woman tournament after. For fucking a what? Number one contendership? Why? Again, why would Jade and Charlotte be awarded a title match? Because they're feuding. But then other women have to earn a title shot? Why didn't they have to earn a title shot? You know what I mean, my guy? They're former champions. There's a lot of former champions. Why don't you just put all former champions? I don't know why I said former twice. All former champions in a match at SummerSlam. You want me to tell you how many former WWE Women's Champions are on SmackDown? Because there's a number of them. Let's look at this, my guy. You're not making sense. You're just spitballing random shit that doesn't make sense. Because if that's the case, if you say because they're former champions, okay, well then let's look here. Let's look here. Let's do this. So SmackDown roster, and let's count how many former champions are on this roster. Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill. Naomi's out. Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and if you want to be more specific here, you also got Paige, who's technically on both brands right now. I mean, you got 5 former women's champions. Where's your justification now, my guy? Only 3, only 4. Alexa, but they're doing the injury angle with Alexa. That's why I didn't count Alexa. Just like I didn't count Naomi and I didn't count Bianca Belair. But it's like, there's 5 women. Alexa, stop. Echo's going off. Again, 5. 5 women that fit into your, well, they're former champions. Okay, so all of them should be in the ladder match. Just saying, my guy. Your justification is not really justified because what you said contradicts what you said. Saying. I counted before. Counted before what? Tiffany is USA champion. First off, it's not called USA champion. Shouldn't go for main women's championship. Why not? Why not? Actually, it makes the match mean more when you got another champion in there. But okay. So do you think Kevin Knight should not be going against Kenny Omega at the Redemption pay-per-view? Answer me that. I know that's an AEW thing, but are you against that as well? Kevin Knight versus Kenny Omega? Tell me that one, guy. Chat back up. Julia, Chelsea, Jordan, Candice could be in a tournament. Tournament for what? Tournament for what? Number one contendership? You might as well just do a tournament to crown the interim champion. Like, you're not making any sense, guy. Why should Charlotte and Jade be gifted a title match, but then others have to earn a title match? You know what I mean? And if you're saying because they're former champions, well, you got 5 former champions on SmackDown this week. Like, on the show tonight. So, I don't know. Where are we going with this, guy? Give it up. We've been over this. Over what? I don't do AEW. You know, they random ass Bukong? Just saying. And here you complain about that. Yeah. Only feud going, they should. You don't need a feud to crown the interim champion. You set up, well, we're moving past this because you're fucking stupid. You don't get what they're doing that actually makes sense. You want something that doesn't make sense. Again, why should these 2 women be given a title match out of nowhere, but others don't get it? No one else gets the opportunity because they're feuding? Really? Really? Yeah, again, makes no sense. You're booking like Tony Khan now. Let's just pick 2 random people that have been kind of doing something and give them a title shot. just because I like title matches. Again, you say Rhea should lose the title. I'm not against them just full up stripping her, but if they think she's going to be back quicker than, 2 months, why not? And maybe they have this big grandiose plan for whoever's going to win the title at SummerSlam and then do a program between her and Rhea. Maybe whoever Rhea was going to defend the title against at SummerSlam is going to win the interim title at SummerSlam, and then we go from there. We don't know. You don't know. Let it play out, my guy, because now you're just making yourself look dumb. You're really making yourself look dumb. I don't like interim champion. Okay, that's your opinion, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But this actually makes a little sense depending on the injury, or when you look at the facts of the injury. And trust me, I know specifically because I've torn my meniscus. My meniscus tear was a 6-week recovery time. The fact that, like I said earlier, the fact that Rhea traveled to New York and is walking all around the Javits Center for goddamn Fanatics Fest today proves that the injury is not severe, or not that severe. Man, I wish I was a WWE booker. I wouldn't watch that show. So, Jaden Naya. Cargill missed a pump kick. Jackson got her with a Samoan drop. Leg drop by Jax. Only got a 2. Jax then missed an Annihilator, which gave Cargill the opening to hit a spine buster. Ringside, a vengeful Charlotte Flair showed up and attacked. That was a DQ. That was it. We did like 3 spots, and that was it. After the match, Flair then went to stomp Cargill's arm while it was wrapped around a chair with B-Fab and Michin. Stop to it. An angry Nia Jax took out Flair, which then opened up the baddies to pick up the pieces. Turn them and Jade. There we go. Fine. Sure. Whatever. I ain't watching Odyssey. It's garbage. How do you know it's garbage? I saw that movie and loved it. You haven't seen it, and you're giving an opinion on a movie you haven't seen. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion of things that they have knowledge of and have seen. You can't have an opinion on something you haven't fucking seen. God, every chat this guy puts in the chat makes him sound dumber and dumber. Stupider and stupider. I'm not going to watch the Odyssey because it's garbage. How is it garbage? Sitting at a goddamn 96 on Rotten Tomatoes. I literally just gave my opinions on it earlier, saying that I thought it was great. 8.5 out of 10. Would have been a 9 if I saw it in the IMAX, because I know that IMAX version is slightly different as far as the aspect ratio and the way things are laid out. Too modernized? How do you know? Have you seen it? Or are you just reading things on Twitter? Tell me one thing that's too modernized in this movie. I'll wait. Tell me one thing that you say is too modernized in the Odyssey. Because, again, you haven't even seen it. You're probably like all these people that think Elliot Page is Achilles when he's not. So Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano, they confronted Gunther for some random fuck-ass reason. And they were just like, you need to get on the same page with Sammy. Because, if you and Sammy win tomorrow, you get a title shot. And that's good for Sammy. And Gunther's just like, well, what are you fucking doing here? Like, what is this? He walks off. Blake Monroe attacks. Takes out Candice LeRae. I don't fucking know what any of this was. Adam Pearce told Nia Jax, hey, I understand you're upset and I get it. Next week, you and Charlotte qualifier. It's going to be the exact same fucking thing. Same fucking thing. Black Helena Troy. I'm about to ban this fucker. He literally said, Ellen Page is playing Achilles. No, he's not. I literally watched this movie. He's not Achilles. Like, how fucking dumb do you have to be to say, Elliot Page is Achilles? When I told you he's not. He's a character named Sinan. Sinan, I think it is. Like, what? And what does it matter that Helena Troy is played by a black lady? You know how long she's in this movie? Very short. Very short. It's almost considered slightly above a cameo. Cameo is you make a quick appearance. She at least has a couple of lines in one scene. Take that back. It's 2 scenes, but if I say any more, it's a spoiler. So yeah. Again, try again, my guy. You're over here giving fucking fake info. Fake info. Because Elliot Page is sinning, not Achilles. Hey, you want to know who plays Achilles? Nobody. Because Achilles ain't even in this fucking movie, idiot. God, this guy's just... Then we had Fraxium versus the War Raiders, the current AAA Tag Team Champions. Frazier had to deal with Eric early on in this match at the start. Speed to avoid the attack of the big man. Eric then took him down with a hard elbow as he tagged in Ivar, who had a splash on Frazier. Big elbow by Eric kept Frazier grounded, isolated in the War Raiders corner. They're tagging in and out. Frazier tried to fight back against the legal man, who was Eric, who tagged back in. He had a high-flying kick. He then finally tagged Axiom, allowed for Fraxium to stun Eric with some speedy offense. Attempted suicide dive by Frazier that was blocked by Eric and Ivar, but Axiom took him out with a moonsault. Took out the Raiders. Go to commercial break. Just spoil, who cares? I care. As someone who loves movies and don't want to be spoiled, why do you think I went and saw this movie yesterday? Why do you think I'm going to see Spider-Man Brand New Day literally the first showing I can when I get out of work on July 30th? Because I don't want anything spoiled for me. And I know others don't want things spoiled. I'm going to be the good guy here, not the dum-dum. How about that? How about that? After commercial break, like I said, Axiom got slammed by Ivar after an attempted running crossbody. Ivar then took both Frazier and Axiom and stacked them. Mammoth suplexed them. Or Mammoth moonsaulted them. Axiom then dodged at the last second, which gave them a little bit of an opening. Frazier connected with the springboard for 50. Meanwhile, Axiom's splash was caught by Ivar, who then took his masked foe down. Tag to Eric, who threw Ivar onto a prone Axiom. Did a big slam. Axiom then tried to fight back out of the War Raiders corner. Frazier unintentionally missed a suicide dive on Ivar, but Axiom got all of his attempt. Super kick by Ivar that stunned Axiom. You would think it was the other way around, but not for long. Axiom then got to the top rope before Frazier joined in with a double superplex. There was a Phoenix splash by Frazier, but Eric made the save to break the count. Flying tag by Ivar, which allowed for the big man to take out both Frazier and Axiom. Ragnarok double choke slam. 1, 2, 3. War Raiders beat Axiom in a pretty goddamn good match. Probably the best match. No, not probably. The best match of the night. Best match of the night. Then we get remarks from LA Knight at Fanatics Fest. He's on a stage with Solo Sikoa and Royce Keys. He's like, me, Solo, Royce Keys, we're going to take out them dummies. We're going to see, he goes, we're going to see Jacob 5-2. He's going to walk out going, And then we're going to see Jey Uso, and he's probably going to walk out going, yeet, yeet. And we're going to see Jimmy Uso, and he's probably going to, well, he don't do anything except for, and he lays down on the ground and goes, 1, 2, 3. They're all going to take the 3. So, yeah, that was kind of funny. He mugged him out with Cody in the back. Like, hey, why are you doing this match? Cody's like, I got to do this match. He's like, well, I'm going to be out there to watch your back so you don't get hurt before tomorrow. And Cody's like, you can watch right over freaking there on the monitor. Don't come out. So, yeah, he didn't want Cody coming out. Or Punk coming out. We need to fill more time. So we got to recap Seth and Roman from Raw. Danhausen was then messing around in his lab. Jackie Redmond interviewed him and goes, hey, your match is no DQ tomorrow. You know Danhausen. I mean, JD. He goes, JD? She goes, your opponent? He goes, oh, yeah, that guy with the head. He goes, you know, he's going to have the Judgment Day there helping him. Well, what do you got? He's like, you already said you didn't want. She goes, you already told Matt Cardona you didn't want help. He goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he's like, I got this. And he gets a little cage. He puts it on his desk. And she goes, what is that? Is that a stuffed animal? He goes, that's a cat. Cross a black cat, you are cursed. And he's like, it's a good weapon. Don't cross a black cat. And then all of a sudden, his equipment starts going off and sparking. And he goes, oh, that ain't good. Jackie, you need to run. So they all run out of the room. It was whatever. I actually like Danhausen. The camera guy puts the camera down because he said everybody needs to run. The camera's sitting on this table in front of where the stuffed animal is. And Danhausen runs back in and goes, oh, forgot this. Whoop. Just the way he's like, oh, got this. Whoop. He popped me a tiny bit. Then we had Cody versus Gunther in our main event. Fast and furious start from Cody Rhodes as he's tired of Gunther's bullshit. The two are going back and forth early on. There's a springboard attack that was blocked by Gunther. He pushed Cody out of the ring. We go to a break. When we return from the break, Gunther maintained his control over Rhodes, chop to the chest, followed by some consecutive knees to the gut. Gunther then took down Rhodes with a standing chop to the chest. Rhodes avoided a clothesline from Gunther and leapt off the ropes for a Cody cutter. Rhodes then railed with the scoop power slam, followed by a disaster kick. Rhodes then went for one more Cody cutter, but shelled Gunther. Rhodes going for the crossroads, but Gunther blocked it. Kicked the back of Cody, right in the leg, actually. Gunther then dragged Rhodes into the corner, smashed Rhodes, her leg against the ring post, cranking him around it. And CM Punk will try to come out. I'm like, what the fuck is Punk doing? He's not going to count to make the save. This is a fucking official match. Gunther then mocked Punk. Looked like he was going to go for a GTS, but Rhodes took him down with a lariat. Go to one more break. Back from the break, Gunther applied a single-legged crab, kind of like Lance Storm style. Rhodes struggled to pull himself towards the rope with no avail. Rhodes, however, did get Gunther away to create some needed separation. Gunther missed with a running big boot as Rhodes targeted the right leg of the big man. Dragon screw by Rhodes that was followed with a figure four leg lock. Sami Zayn then appeared at ringside and attacked CM Punk. Sleeper by Gunther that was countered by Rhodes till Zayn hit a suicide dive. Zayn then attacked Cody and just caused the DQ. All four men just start brawling. Everyone comes out to try and break it up, and that's how the show goes off the air with officials and referees and everybody jumping on them and breaking it all up, getting the four men to stop fighting and say enough is enough. And that's SmackDown. An okay, easy to watch show, but it didn't feel like anything special, if I'm being completely honest. The only news or big thing we got was, hey, Rhea's not working SummerSlam, interim champion in a ladder match. Cool. With all of that, you know what I thought of the show. Now it's time to see what you guys thought of tonight's Friday Night SmackDown as I go and polls. Did I not do a Twitch poll or Twitter poll? I did not do a Twitter poll. Oh, that's unfortunate. As far as the Threads poll does go, 51% liked the show, 41% thought it was just all right, and 8% didn't like it. Looking at the community poll, 75% liked the show, 17% thought it was just all right, and 9% didn't like it. As far as the live poll does go, 63% liked the show, 21% thought it was just all right, and 16% didn't like it. With that, guys, that's going to wrap everything up. I want to say thank you for joining us here, twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. We'll be back live tomorrow night following Saturday night's main event, which is on Peacock in the United States, YouTube everywhere else in the world. With that, have a great night. See you back here tomorrow. Saturday night's main event from MSG. Have a good one, guys.